The big ones are good.
Today we're working in my kitchen. 4th of July left a little bit of a mess, and we are going to get it picked up and straightened back up and back to how it should be. So grab a seat and let's get this kitchen cleaned up. And you can just visit me while we do that. Whether you're here for motivation, inspiration, or just entertainment or some company, you're welcome here. If you're new here, my name's Jen and I make homemaking videos. I would love it if you would click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. So let's get into it. The sink needs scrubbing out. I'm using my Pine cleaner because I lost the cover. I thought that the cover went to a soda bottle, and come to find out it went to my Pine, but the cover's long gone. So I'm going to use it up fairly quickly and get rid of it before it gets knocked over and I have another mess to clean up. So if you see me using a little extra of it, now you know why. It needs to go. And I don't want to just throw it away. As much as I love to share my household noises with you all, they are going to be few and far between this video because we had TV noises, husband noises, family noises, dog barking noises, and all the noises which interfere with video making. Now, I'm filling my upside down squeeze bottle of Dawn with some, I don't remember what brand it was probably Ajax or Gain or something like that. Simply because I like the bottle and the other was empty. I have another bottle of Dawn, but I want to use up the open bottles that I have so that I can get rid of them. So that they're not taking up space they don't need to take up. Declutter, declutter, right? That's right. For those of you that are looking for dishwashing motivation, you have come to the right place today because I have lots of dishes to wash. You can't see them all because they are sitting on the big freezer behind me. As I went today, I stacked them up over there so that they would not be all over the place as bad as they could have been. And I'm going to get this other side of my sink cleaned out too so that I can wash the dishes and stack them in that side. And you will notice that I am going to use my dishwasher, which will be empty as soon as I take a few bowls out of it, as a dish drying rack. So I'm going to get this sink washed out and we are going to get these dishes washed and do all the things. I've been thinking really hard about what direction I want to head in with this kitchen. First off, the cabinetry that I'm working at and the counter, in all reality, should be replaced. They are aged, they have gotten wet prior to me being here, and all the things. And I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe during tax time, it's time to get serious about renovating the cabinetry in this kitchen and getting wraparound counters and cabinets for the kitchen so that there's space to work, space to store things, places to put food, places to put my appliances, and so forth. It would certainly make life a lot easier, and when I do that, I would probably add a built-in dishwasher so that there's more space for more dishes. As much as I love my countertop dishwasher and will still use it up until that point, I really think a built-in would be a much better option. Right now, I'm really just toying with the idea, but the more I think about it, the better it seems to look in my head. Only if it will look as good on the floor as it does in my head, then we will be somewhere. I also would really like on the side off towards the back of me to have some open cabinetry in the back of me so that I can, store things that are the prettier things that I have so they're not hidden away, but up off the counter. Until then, we are going to be looking at a mini budget makeover here soon. I'm going to be redoing the countertops, and I think I'm going to do something with the backsplash behind the sink and the walls behind the dishwasher and the picture that's on the counter. Whatever I do will be very budget friendly because, as I said, at the very least. My countertop does need to be replaced here eventually, so I'm not going to spend a ton of money to do too much. But for now, until I have the money to do something, I want to do a mini makeover and get this kitchen painted out and get my living room finished, because I know that that would make my husband super happy, because he has been asking me when I'm going to finish the living room and paint the other cabinet. So that's something else you're going to see very soon, is me finishing that cabinet that is over the dishwasher. I do need to go grab some drop cloth so that I can cover everything over there and not get paint everywhere and make a bigger mess. And then you'll see the walls in here get painted, and then you should be seeing the countertop and the backsplash get dealt with. And if you guys have any cute ideas, or any ideas in general, they don't have to be cute, let me know what they are, and I'll take them into consideration, and we'll see what we come up with. However, like I said, I would like to keep the budget very small. So whatever ideas you have should be budget friendly, so that, one, I can afford them right now, and anybody else who might like to try can afford it as well. Do you all know that I am scrubbing that contact paper with a scrubby sponge, and it has not affected the design at all? That is just cheap Dollar Tree brand contact paper. I'd say that's pretty impressive for $1.25. And let me just say, you see me putting stuff away and all that. A lot of this could have been avoided by simply putting it back when I was working in the kitchen. Clean as you go, clean as you go, clean as you go. I need to really ingrain that into myself and anybody else who needs it. Clean as you go. So we're going to look at the comments, and we're going to answer a few comments. Even though I've already answered them, I still like to answer them for other people. Someone in the comments asked me if I was done with my channel because I haven't seen a video in a couple days. No, I'm not done with my channel. I just had to take a break and things were happening. So I took the break and things happened, and here I am back at you with another video. But I am sorry for the delay. I did take the 4th of July to be with family and to do family things. I get asked a lot about the belts that are hanging in my office. They are WWE belts. They belong to my husband. He was not a wrestler. He is a collector of the belts and a watcher of WWE, which is World Wrestling Entertainment. I think that's what it is. But yeah, he collects the belts. When we first got married, he was huge into wrestling even then, and he had always wanted a replica belt, but back then they didn't make them. And he was going to have somebody make one for him, but it was going to be super expensive. And one night he took the boys to an event. We had gone to lots of events, but this particular night he took my boys. They had a belt there, and he could not hand them his money fast enough and bought a belt. And when the time came and the time was right and he wanted to get some more, I said, you know what, go for it. And that's what he did. He went for it. And now we have belts hanging up, and it's a very different collection. Maybe it looks like clutter to some, maybe is confusing to some, maybe is annoying to some, but it makes him happy, and if he's happy, I'm happy. I also wanted to remind everybody of our live event on July 8th. I will be letting you know the time tomorrow in an announcement on the community page. So if you would like to attend that, I will be letting you know tomorrow what time you should expect me to be on live, and it will be a questions and answer format. So if you have things you want to ask or say or chat about, keep them in mind, because I will be there, and hopefully you will too. I really thought that I would like the way this picture looked down on the counter, and discovered that no, I don't like the way it looks down on the counter. It was in my way along with the cutting board that was down there, so I decided to move them both off the counter, make it so I don't have to wash under so much stuff. What I'm going to do with the cutting board is tip it upright back up against the counter behind the knife block so that it's there if I need it. But I will say one thing, I am finding that glass cutting board is very hard on my knives, and probably what really did a number on my other set that now needs to be sharpened. If you have glass cutting boards, keep in mind they are very hard on your knives, and they're probably best not to use. Now it will be way more simple to keep my counters washed off without having to move things that are not all that important, and the picture is up at more eye level, makes more sense where it is. And thank you for the suggestion to whomever suggested that I hang it back up, because it was the right call. Someone in the comments also suggested taking Bella's dollhouse and putting it at the back of her bed, using it for a headboard so that she could use the dollhouse as shelves. And I actually think that would be an adorable idea, especially now that she took the cat tray for Mo, because the other cats were not using it down here, and I did not want to just get rid of it. So I'm going to run that idea by her and see what she thinks, because she does not play with it that often, and maybe she would like playing with the upper levels with her dolls while sitting on her bed. It might be a little bit more comfortable. If not, we'll just figure it out from there. It is a tiny bit more cramped in a room, but no worse really than it ever has been. And I think with a little moving things around again, it would be better. You know, I'm very surprised that not a one of you have mentioned that one of my floor tiles is cracked down across the floor. I need to get down in the basement and actually fix something underneath the floor so that piece stops shifting, and then fill it in with some wood putty and put new tiles down over where you see me stepping often that it's cracked. I decided in this video that I was not going to mess with too many different kinds of cleaners, so you'll notice that I mostly just used my sponge, which I had a separate sponge for the counter and stuff, and one for the dishes, and dish soap, and some of the lemon pinoline, because I had to use the lemon pinoline. But I really just wanted to keep the cleaning and wiping to a minimum, keep it simple, and just be able to get through it rather quickly. And, you know, it really does fine on its own. You don't have to go overboard with products every single time you clean. Sometimes extra is needed, and sometimes paper towels are needed. So I think that we all just need to do what we need to do when we need to do it. I tend to go in between using paper towels, not using paper towels, using rags, and just using a sponge, and it all works for me. And I'm showing you my kitchen fire extinguisher, which I have one on the counter. I also have one over by the washer and dryer. If you have a fire extinguisher in your kitchen, which you should, make sure that it is rated for kitchen fires, because not all fire extinguishers are rated for kitchen fires, grease fires, and such. So if you have a fire extinguisher, make sure it's the appropriate kind of extinguisher for kitchen fires, which tend to be grease fires. Keeping my washer and dryer cleaned off has been much more successful with the lamp and little decor items on there. It makes it a little bit nicer to have that area to enjoy, to fold clothes. And what I sprayed the curtain down with was some of that Zep fabric odor eliminator thing. I figured with cooking smells in the kitchen, can't hurt to just spray the curtains down every so often. And now I'm going to run my vacuum quickly over my kitchen floor. I have to say, I'm really considering bringing my shark back downstairs. I don't like the way this shark handles the kitchen floor and other areas like that. So you might see my shark next time. Don't be surprised. So the other day I went outside and I literally got on my hands and knees in the garden and planted a bunch of seeds. I just went row by row and plopped them in there and have been watering it, and we'll see what comes of it. I didn't do it I did not do it in any specific special way. I literally just got the seeds into the ground. because in all honesty, they have dates on them and they are going to be expiring. So if I just get a couple little things out of whatever I planted, I will be a happy camper. I planted peas and spinach, broccoli, cabbage, different squashes, a bunch of stuff, and when something pops up, I'll let you know. But here we are at the end of another video, and I hope you found yourself some inspiration, motivation, entertainment, whatever you found. Happy cleaning, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.